Alright, welcome back everybody to the Collecting Brothers. It's John, and today we're looking at the SH Figuarts Aragorn from Lord of the Rings. And yeah, really excited about this line that SH Figuarts has picked up. We previously looked at the Frodo figure, and again, I was going to love it no matter what. There were some critiques, right, with the ab crunch, but let's take a look at Aragorn here. And so far, I am loving it. So you get the soft goods cape like we kind of saw with that we did see with Frodo. You get the brooch there that leaves the Lorien. No gold in the hair. Love that we're not getting no gold. Love that. Viggo Mortensen. Let's take a closer look at his face. And you know, it's a face. Let's be honest, guys. It's a face. It's not exactly Viggo, but I think it might just be a little hard to capture him, or they had a little bit of trouble capturing it. But it's a face. And that's okay. But you get this cape. Well, let's pop that off. Well, it's hooded, wired. Hood, wired bottom all the way around it. Good. Get the headpiece back on there. You get his sleeping bag. His, he's a ranger from the north. Strider. His bow quiver, bow and arrow. You get his sword. You get his little dagger that he gets. His little elven dagger. Let's unlock those in up there with the hair. You get the light of the even star. Let's see. So you get that light, the necklace that Arwen gives him. The light of the even star, and you can kind of see there's some paint apps that are going on the jacket itself, and it's textured to kind of give that jackety feel. And that's one thing that I'm digging here is that I'm going to take these off, put it back on. There we go. And one thing I'm digging here is just the different textures that they're able to do with the plastics, just to kind of give the more of a realism effect to it. So this brown undersuit also has a different type of texturing on it. You can kind of see the different ripples through it, the folds, looking really good. You get this little pieces here because this is an arrow shooting hand. You get the sword, looking good. A little plasticky. I would have liked a little more like weathering on it, but that's nothing that I can't do. Which I don't have to. It sucks that you have to, but it's not a problem. You get this little belt piece, then you get into the pants and the boots. So again, I think it could use a little weathering, but it does have paint apps on it to where you can feel that realism. You get that ball joint in the head and a little bit in the neck as well. You get those beautiful butterflies from SH. I'm going to adjust my camera here real quick. I guess I can just hold it back for now. But you get these butterfly joints here, go up all the way up, down. You get the elbows, come up past 90. Of course, you got that wrist joint there. Now, no diaphragm cut here. Let's see how much this crunches forward. And it's pretty good. It's decent enough. And again, I'm 100% biased. I really enjoy these figures, but we can still talk about them and move it back. That's just what you're getting back. It's going to run right into itself. But you can bend the knees, of course. So it does come with drop down hips. Love the drop down the hips with that one kitten, because then you can stick them all the way out. It does run into the shirt piece there. Just force it up there. Then back. This is good. A good running pose out of that. Get that single knee. Beautiful. Love that. No boot swivel, but you do get the the ankle joint. Forward and back. It's a double ball there, and as well as toe articulation. So you can get it looking real cool. And the fun thing that they're doing with these swords is this is not a fully sheathed sword. It's just, kind of like a false sword. Just the hilt and the guard. And so that way you can just pop that in when he's holding it, pop it out when he's got his full sword out. And let's go ahead and talk about accessories. Strider set up back here, so you guys can look at him while we're looking at other things. First up, there's that elven blade, and you do get some sculpting details on the front side of it and the back. So interesting, if you saw the Frodo review, we only got kind of sculpting on one side of the blade. Maybe mine was a factory error, I don't know, but his sting only one side had the elven writing on it. So that's really cool. The hilt as well is painted. We get his sword, and it's just pretty basic. Pretty basic sword there. Nothing crazy. But with the hilt piece out of his scabbard, he can then look like he's actually holding this one, and you don't have a weird continuity error. It does come with a second headpiece, a face sculpt, and it is a screaming one. Looking off to the side. I like it. It gives that more expression, a little more playability. I think it's pretty decent for a screaming face. Like, it's not looking crazy like McFarlane does. All right, and then along with that, you also get sets of hands. And Aragorn has a glove on one hand and then ungloved on the other. So you're getting these two splayed out hands. And he does have his ring on there. Getting these two relaxed hands. Also has his ring on there. You're also getting two sword holding hands left and right, as well as the two fisted hands, which he currently has on him right now. So here he is with those two fisted hands. You know, they're decent. They do what they need to do. And if we want to take a look at his backpack, again, no like weathering on it. It's just a piece of plastic. You can get your Tamiya weathering sets out and hit it with some mud and grime and dirt. And here is the bow and arrow. Now the bow does come out. It's kind of clipped in here. It's not drawn. There's no drawstring on it. So it is just kind of like a boa piece that you can port back into here. It's fun. It's nice to have. Again, no weathering, all black. But there is some places where you can add some weathering to bring out some of the details there. It's not bad. It's not bad. So yeah, there is Aragorn, dude. I like him. Like he poses really well. I feel like we're gonna have a lot of fun playing with him. Let's do some comparisons with some other Lord of the Rings figures as well. First up with the comparison here we have is Frodo from also SH Figuarts. I think that scale's pretty good. Nothing to complain about there. Excited to see more of this, to get more figures here from SH Figuarts. All right, let's take a look at some comparisons here. First up, let's bring in SH Figuarts. Frodo, looking great there. I want to see more of this line, more figures. I want to see them all, baby. I want to see them all. So that's going to be exciting when we get more of these. Next up, let's bring in the Diamond Select Gimli. And already you can kind of be like, whoa, 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 whoa. That scale is not scaling. So Gimli's a dwarf, of course. And here he is next to Aragorn. And then we have Legolas as well from Diamond Select. And they're just towering. He's just towering over them. What we're seeing here is just a difference in scale, of course, right? I love these Diamond Select figures because I love these characters. They are very well sculpted and whatnot, but they're just a little too large. And that's why I only picked up these two characters are my favorites. And so I just needed to pick those up. And I'm not going to display these ever, next to each other. These Gimli and Legolas live on my desk at work, so it's no problem. I don't have my Toy Biz Aragorn with me. It's still in my classroom, so it is what it is. I wish I would have shown it off. It is a crazy figure though. Like it's missing pieces. It was actually that Aragorn figure is my first action figure that I was collecting. I've had figures as a kid, but like that Aragorn Toy Biz, the Strider figure, was one of my first that I was like, yeah, I want all of these. I want to collect these. And man, I remember that. That's also like where I have that like weird obsession with the smell of plastic, dude. It's gnarly. All right, I'm bringing in the Mythic Legions here, Knight. And again, Mythic Legions are larger as well. So we are seeing a little bit of difference. And SH Figuarts runs smaller as well. So like I want the Fellowship and SH Figuarts because I want them all to be the same and scaled perfectly. But this could work. This could be a larger Knight. That's not a problem if you want that fantasy crossover there, though. We can bring in some of our favorite webheads just to kind of show off that comparison. Here we have everyone's favorite Scarlet Spider, Mafex, Scarlet Spider, as well as the Maximum series from Spider-Man from Hasbro. And that's not too bad. I like that scaling a lot better than the Mythic Legion stuff. Mythic Legions runs taller anyways. So yeah, I think we'll leave it at that. I don't think we need to add any more comparisons. It's going to be its own line, and I'm totally fine with that. There's no problem, and I'm excited to see more of these characters. All right, friends, we'll go ahead and call it there. Enjoy the pretty pictures at the end. If you enjoy the pictures at the end, I always enjoy shooting those photos for you guys. And as always, keep collecting and keep playing, and may the action figure gods smile upon you. Peace.